Hello, welcome back. In the previous video, we discussed how the so-called transaction management information systems supported the transactional or operational activities. However, the various types of business decisions, ranging from highly structured, repetitive program decisions to the one-off strategic decisions, require a different type of management information systems. Even though there is no universally agreed upon terminology, we shall refer to these systems as Decision Support Systems, DSS. It is quite frequent to differentiate within decision support systems those that are specifically aimed at top management, referred to as Executive Information Systems, EIS. To mimic the hierarchical structure of most organizations, this information systems typology is often represented as a pyramid. The vertical axis would correspond to the combined measure we have discussed, encompassing structuredness, repetitiveness, strategic nature, and hierarchical level of its uses. We will therefore differentiate between the operational, tactical, and strategic levels, corresponding to transactional management information systems, decision support systems, and the specific type of decision support systems called executive information systems, whose uses are operations personnel, middle managers and analysts, and top management, respectively. As we have discussed, transactional systems in the bottom layer not only support the actual operational work, they also support the highly structured, repetitive, programmed decisions. The data required to support these decisions, which is clearly identified in advance, is included within the data model of the corresponding transactional management information systems. The equally well-defined decision process is coded in the application programs. If system-calculated decisions require manual or human confirmation, this step is also coded in the applications. As an example, a material requirements planning, MRP, application or module would support all reordering and manufacturing orders programmed decisions, including, if desired, requesting manual approval or confirmation for some of them. Halfway through the pyramid, however, we find semi-structured decisions, such as setting sales goals, taking corrective actions when performance goals are not achieved, setting product prices, or reassigning resources across competing projects. These decisions are normally concerned with the same type of data, but the specific sets of data, for example, the range of dates or products for which we need sales figures, vary. Thus, the supporting decision support systems must allow users to flexibly set the specific ranges or data they want to analyze. Furthermore, it must allow flexibility in how this data is presented and aggregated, including options such as drilling down to successive degrees of detail in the specific areas of interest. This drill down would, for example, allow a manager exploring an underperforming sales unit to investigate which specific geographical areas, product types, or salesmen have caused this poor performance. The decision-making process is not predetermined. Thus, it cannot be directly coded in the management information system. Decision support systems can, however, offer useful tools, such as simulating what the financial results would be under a certain set of assumptions, and compare this outcome with alternative scenarios, the what-if analysis. At the top of the pyramid, executive information systems are designed for top managers with little time and often limited information systems familiarity. They must be very intuitive and easy to use, highly graphical and visually appealing, and provide a condensed bird's-eye view of the key performance indicators in the way of dashboards, balanced scorecards, or similar presentations. Obviously, these decision support systems must rely on data. In the next video, we shall discuss where does the data exploited by the decision support systems come from. We will discuss such issues as functional versus interfunctionally integrated data and internal versus external data, the challenges this poses, and the approaches to deal with them. We shall also discuss how the implementation of decision support systems in a company is influenced by the approach taken in the transactional level, namely, whether they have adopted an ERP approach. Thank you. I will see you there.